Hello everyone, welcome to Gora Studies. In this video, I am going to discuss about the bridge design pattern. So what is bridge design pattern? The bridge design pattern is one of the structural design pattern. Okay, so this design pattern, the bridge design pattern basically decoupling and abstraction from its implementation so that both can vary independently without affecting each other. So what does it mean when you record the bridge design pattern? Let me explain it through some diagram. So here in this diagram, okay, you can see we have this vehicle interface. Okay, we have this vehicle interface. Okay, and from this vehicle interface, we are creating two, you know, basically the petrol engine and electric engine. Okay, these two are also, the two interfaces. Okay, so petrol engine also created from here. The vehicle is required, vehicle has two type of engine basically. One is petrol engine, another is electric engine. Okay, and under that we have two type of, the we have two type of vehicles. One is car and bike, so we need to create petrol. Okay, I missed the L. Okay, the petrol car and petrol bike. Similarly, for the electric engine, we need to create the electric car and electric bike. Okay, up to this fine. Okay, up to this it is fine. Okay, now where is the problem then? Okay, now I'm telling where is the problem. Suppose you need to add another you know engine type, that is I am saying here it's a diesel engine. Then now you see here, you need to create for that. Okay, you need to create another class here. Okay, another class, sorry, another class here. Okay, one second. So you need to create another two class here. Okay, so what all this? One is for diesel car, another is for diesel bike, diesel bike. Okay, so here you can see the number of classes are increasing. Suppose you have another type of vehicle, that is truck, then again another three classes you need to create. One is for petrol truck, another is for electric truck electric truck, and another is for diesel truck. Okay, another is for diesel truck. So you can see there the number of classes are increasing when we are adding. Okay, that any the engine type. Okay, when we are adding one engine type, we need to create you know the two extra classes. If you add another vehicle type, then you need to create another three extra classes. So here you can see the number of classes are increasing. Okay, so to avoid this situation, okay, this bridge design pattern comes into the picture. So how the bridge design pattern basically solving this problem? Okay, let me explain that also. So here you can see basically the bridge design pattern promotes loose coupling by using composition instead of inheritance. Okay, so what is composition in Java? Let me give a brief idea. The composition relationship of two objects is possible when one object contains another object and that object is fully dependent on it. So what is that? The one object contains another object and that object is fully dependent on it. Okay, suppose you have car. Okay, you have car, and that car you have that engine, and here vehicle. So here you see this car and engine. Okay, these two object. So what is the relation between these two object? So here you, as per the composition definition, is saying that the the relation between two objects and one object contains another. So car contains engine, everyone knows that, and that object is fully dependent on it, and car completely dependent on engine. Without engine, car cannot run. Okay, so between the car and engine, the relationship is called composition, and it's called a has a relationship. Has a relationship. What does it mean? Car has a engine. Okay, so car should have an engine so that car can run. Okay, so car contains engine, and without this object, the engine object, okay, car cannot run, so that car completely depend on the engine. So it's a composition. Okay, the relation between car and engine is a composition, and it's called a hazard relationship because car has a engine. In the other hand, here it is a vehicle. So car is a one type of vehicle. So basically here car is inherited from vehicle. So it is inheritance. It is inheritance, and it is called is a relationship. So car is a vehicle. Okay, so this is inheritance. So inheritance is called is a relationship, and the composition is called has a relationship. Okay, so now we understood what is composition in Java. Okay, now here in the bridge design pattern, we are basically using composition instead of inheritance. So the what bridge design pattern doing here? The bridge design pattern basically splitting two separate hierarchies. The complete structure, okay, the bridge design pattern splitting into two separate hierarchies. Okay, and so here what are these two hierarchies? So one hierarchy is for abstraction, and another hierarchy for implementation. Okay, let me show you some diagram so that you can understand clearly. So here in this diagram, you can see that here also we have vehicle, here also we have vehicle and engine, but in that case we are not inheriting the engine, or we don't have any parent child relationship between vehicle and engine. We have two different hierarchies here. Okay, so bridge design pattern that I already told you that here the bridge design pattern basically split into two separate hierarchies. So basically here this is one hierarchy and this is another hierarchy. So here the parent, the class or interface, whatever it is. So this is engine, and here the petrol and electric engine are inherited from this one, and the other side, this is the parent class, and from that parent class it should be an interface or abstract class. From the parent class, okay, we are basically creating the car and bike. So car and bike basically extending the vehicle class. Okay, now how we can establish the relation, because we are not there is no such parent child relationship between vehicle and engine. So here we are using the composition. Composition, it means inside the vehicle object, we need we need to use the engine object. Okay, so in that case what will be the benefit? Suppose you need to you create another class called diesel. So for that you don't need to create any class here like diesel car or diesel bike. And similarly, if you add any other vehicle type like truck, For that also you don't need to create the petrol truck or electric truck or diesel truck. Just you need to add two class only. So in that case, we can avoid the number of classes. So bridge design pattern basically resolving the problem that we are facing here when we are using the inheritance. So how the bridge design pattern basically resolving that problem by using the composition. Okay, the bridge design pattern basically splitting the complete structure into two separate structure and establishing a relation between these two, the hierarchy by using the composition. Okay, I think everyone understood that. Okay, so now I'm going to show some coding so that you can understand completely. So this is my IntelliJ. So here you can see under this bridge uh, package I created all the classes. So first I'm showing the main class here. This is engine. Okay, this is the interface. Okay, first I'm showing that one. This is the main class here. I'll show later that. So engine, first I'm creating the engine, so you can relate with this. The engine is an interface. Okay, it is a interface here. Okay, and here we created two classes like petrol and electric. Okay, now see here, this is our engine interface, and there we have one abstract method called abstract start engine. Okay, now we are creating these two engine, the electric engine. So electric engine basically implementing this engine interface. Okay, this is the basically the this is one of the concrete class. Okay, this is basically implementing the engine, and we are overriding the start engine. So as it is a electric engine class, so here we are printing some message like started electric engine. Okay, similarly we are going to create petrol engine, which is also implementing the engine, and here you can see we are overriding this start engine method. Okay, and we are writing some message here. Okay, printing some message here that is started petrol engine. Okay, so if you go to this diagram, so here you can see the engine is one of the interface, and petrol and electric, these two are the petrol engine and electric engine, these two are the basically the concrete classes that we created, and that these two classes basically the petrol engine and electric engine are inherited from the engine interface. So this is one of the hierarchy. Now coming to the next hierarchy, so we need to create a vehicle. It should be an interface or abstract class. So here for that we are creating an abstract class. So this is the vehicle. Okay, so this is one of the abstract class. Now let's understand here. So as per the bridge design pattern, I already explained that vehicle contains engine and vehicle is completely dependent on engine. The relation is basically called composition. So it means the vehicle requires the engine object. Okay, so first what we need to do after creating this class, we need to provide the engine object to this class, to the vehicle class. Correct. So for that we need to create the object of this engine class, and to create the object of this engine class we are passing engine object here in this constructor. Okay, and here we have one abstract method run vehicle. Got it? Now we need to create other two classes like car and bike. Both classes are basically extending the vehicle abstract class. Okay, I think you understood the concept of the composition here, how I am creating the vehicle class, and how I am the basically establishing this composition relationship between vehicle and engine. Let me again explain it. So here inside vehicle we need the engine object because vehicle is completely dependent on engine. Okay, and vehicle contains the engine object, so we are creating the engine object. To create the engine object basically we are passing this engine object. Okay, they are in this constructor. Okay, it is called basically we are using you know loose coupling. Okay, to create the engine object, and we are just using one abstract method, that is run vehicle. Okay, that is fine. Now we are going to create the car basically extending this vehicle, so that here we need to override the run vehicle method that is there inside this vehicle. Okay, and another thing, here you can see inside this car, inside this constructor, we need to pass the engine object. Okay, and this constructor basically called the superclass constructor. It means the vehicle class constructor where it's required the engine object, so we are passing the engine object here. Okay, and finally we are calling the method that is there inside the engine, the object engine interface, you can say. So engine dot start engine. So if you go there, you can see start engine. Correct, right? Now the similar way we need to create the bike. Okay, here we are passing the engine object, we are run vehicle object, we are overriding running the bike. Okay, so here running the car. Now coming to the main class, how we are basically passing the object, here you can see. So we are creating the vehicle, the car object. As you know, the vehicle is the the parent of car class, and we know that. Okay, the parent reference. Okay, the parent class refer to the the child class object. Okay, the parent class can refer to the child class object. So here this is the child class object, basically new car, but the vehicle is referring the car object because vehicle is the parent of the car object, and inside here we are passing the object of the petrol engine that is already implementing the engine interface. Okay, and we are just calling the car dot run vehicle. So what it will print, it basically print, if you go here petrol engine, so you can see the started petrol engine, that message will be printed here. Okay, and again for the vehicle bike, we are creating the bike object, and the type of the object is vehicle, and we're passing the electric engine object here. So and as we call here bike dot run vehicle, just it will print the message from here. If you go there, the started electric engine. Okay, so I think you understood how basically we are passing the object of the engine, and okay, how we are establishing the relation between the vehicle hierarchy and the engine hierarchy. Okay, let me run this program and see, okay, it is giving the correct output or not. Okay, now here you can see started petrol engine running the car. So this is car, the started petrol engine running the car, started electric engine running the bike, started electric engine running the bike. So we have running the bike message here. Okay, and 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 the started electric engine is coming from this method start engine. So if you go to this electric engine, started electric engine. Okay, so I think everyone understood how the bridge design pattern is working here. Okay, so that's it in this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.